and welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pops. And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, J Pops. Guys, today's date is November 25th, 2020. It is a great, beautiful day in the city of Houston, Texas. Yes, the weather is nice out here. As you guys can see, the sun is shining. I'm on my front porch, just like always, and I'm coming to you guys live. Please forgive me. My apologies for yesterday. I did not get a chance to record anything yesterday because of the simple fact that I had to rearrange some things because I was going to be off for the rest of the week. So, including today. But please forgive me on that. But I'm back. I am back, guys. I'm back. Texas A&M Football is back coming this Saturday. And we look forward to the LSU matchup. But before I get into some statistical numbers here in which I'm, going to break down, which is going to be that Texas A&M offense against that LSU defense. We have some breaking news surrounding the SEC country, of course. Nick Saban has tested positive once again for COVID-19. So now with this addition, Nick Saban should be out, according to one of my fellow Aggie members, and he was the one that gave the news to me before I actually had saw it. But Nick Saban should be out for the Iron Bowl. That is crazy. Nick Saban has never missed the Iron Bowl until now. So like I say, breaking news, Nick Saban has tested positive for COVID-19. So we will, of course, see how this plays out. But as of right now, Nick Saban cannot show up to this game. I understand that it was a false positive that was for that Georgia game. But now we look around, Nick Saban has tested positive again. So this time I believe that the SEC and the Alabama athletic department is actually keeping him out from this game. So once again, Nick Saban has tested positive in my mind, as well as in the Alabama athletic department's mind as well. They won't need Nick Saban for this game, people. They won't. They will not. But of course, we will see. But in my mind, and as well as others, they don't need Nick Saban for this game. So hey, it is what it is. So let's keep moving along. So breaking news as well. The college football playoffs has come out for the 2020 season. And as of right now, the Texas A&M Aggies have claimed the top 5 spot. We have claimed the number 5 spot. At this point, and in my mind, and as well as that A&M football team's mind, they aren't thinking about the playoffs. At this point, man, we just want to be a consistent winner in the 2020 season and beyond. That is the main focus for this Texas A&M football program. Just being a consistent winner, man. And of course, things of the playoff nature and things like that, all of those things will fall in line. But you have to start being a consistent winner. So that's the main focus. And that's also what Jimbo Fisher had talked about in his interviews and things like that, if you guys haven't seen that already. But we're just focused on winning. And of course, we're focused on execution and things of that nature, man. But as of right now, man, we just want to win. That's it, man. We just want to win. We want to complete the season with only one loss on our resume going into 2021. That is it. That is the main goal that we want to achieve. Another thing, and this here is just some recruiting news. Ohio State has landed Quinn Ewers, and if you guys can remember, Quinn Ewers had committed to Texas. He's the 2022 #1 recruit nationally for the 2022 cycle. But he's the quarterback Quinn Ewers from out of Austin Westlake. He has committed to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Also, following that commitment, like not too long after that, I think about 2 days, or I know he just committed either yesterday or the day before. Wide receiver, his last name is Burton, but let me go to it here. Hold on, let me pull this up. Caleb Burton, I believe that's his name. Caleb Burton. He's also a Texas player, but he's a top Texas player in the 2022 cycle also. But he has also committed to Ohio State. And I found something very, very interesting on yesterday. And I was going through the Twitter account and things of that nature. And as of right now, Ohio State has the #1 player and the #2 player, I believe, in the state of Texas alone, committed in their 2022 cycle. And of course, they're pushing for more. They're pushing for more. So my thing is this, and we're going to get off into the statistical rankings in just a minute. But my thing is this, and this is what I saw on Caleb Burton's Twitter. He was like, I know you guys didn't think that I wasn't going to be the only Texas receiver to come to Ohio State, right? You best believe that I'm bringing some more Texas wide receivers along. Wow, people, wow. So my thing is this, man. Right now, Ohio State and Alabama are dogging the state of Texas. They're dogging the state of Texas. And what I mean by that is, right now, Alabama and Ohio State are coming in, and Oklahoma too, for that matter. But Oklahoma has been doing this, for the longest. So it's nothing new with Oklahoma. But Ohio State and Alabama are coming in and taking the top 10 or the top 25 talent alone away from programs like Texas and Texas A&M. And Ohio State is going to continue to do it if they're going to be the big dog of the Big Ten over there, just like they have been for years now. So the statement has to be put out there that no, hold on, wait a minute. One of these Texas teams is getting their shit together. And the team that I'm talking about is Texas A&M. Right now, Texas A&M is getting their shit together. Like, hold on, wait a minute, y'all. Like, don't leave just yet. But we also have to understand that kids are going to do what they want to do at the end of the day, and they're going to go wherever they see fit. You know what I mean? So that's why I said that right now, Texas A&M isn't focused on the playoffs. That football team that we're watching right now, those guys are focused on consistently winning. If you're not a consistent winner, nobody's going to commit to your program like that, man. Like that's just the God honest truth. Nobody's going to commit there if you're not consistently winning. Also, nobody's going to commit there if you're not consistently putting players in the NFL. That same thing with basketball or any other sport. Kids want to come there to get developed the right way, but also make it to the next level. So you guys have to put that out there. But what I'm saying is that Texas A&M and Texas too, and I know, hey man, I'm all Texas A&M all day long. But Texas A&M and Texas are the two top programs in the state of Texas right now. And going forward in this decade, they're going to stay being the top two programs in the state of Texas. We both have to lock down the state of Texas and stop letting other guys come in here and get in their way of picking and choosing. Because like I said, man, the number one player, and I believe the number two player, or he's in the top 5, Caleb Burton, I know for sure. But the number one player is already gone. He's gone. He's going to Ohio State, and I don't see anybody getting in the way of that commitment for 2022. I don't. Caleb Burton is gone, and I don't see anybody getting in the way of that commitment for 2022. So now what Caleb Burton and Quentin Ewers are both going to be vowing for is to bring other players that's in the top 10 alone to Ohio State. Also, anybody who's went to Alabama in the 2022 cycle, they're going to be vowing to bring other guys along from the state of Texas that's in the top 10 as well to come to Alabama. Like, so this is what we have to focus on, man. We have to focus on getting better, and we have to focus on going to grab in-state recruits alone, because those kids have to know that you don't have to leave Texas. We're not saying you have to go down the street, because at the end of the day, man, these guys want to also go to the best place they see fit, but also they want to get away from their environment. But we have to send out a sense of pride of saying, okay, well, hold on, you want to get away from your environment? Well, we're just a couple of hours down the road. We're still in the state. Your mom, your dad, your sister, your cousin, everybody and anybody who you want to come to the game, they can come. We just need you to come here and believe in the development process of what we're trying to do, because at the end of the day, we are building something. We are, man. We are building something. People can say what they want to, man, but Texas A&M is building something. They're building something. But at the same time, Texas A&M has to go up against teams like Alabama, LSU, and Auburn. You know, so this doesn't stop. And if Texas A&M gets to the SEC championship in this decade, in which I know they can, in which I know they will, they have to go up against teams like Georgia, Florida, and who we just played, this year, of course, and things of that nature. So you're going up against the best talent in college football. Not to take anything away from Ohio State, but Ohio State ain't going up against anybody until Michigan claims that vibe of, hey, man, Ohio State ain't just the only one in the Big Ten. Ohio State didn't have to see anybody but Wisconsin. Understand Penn State is there. Penn State plays good every now and then, but Penn State ain't on the recruiting level as Ohio State. Michigan ain't on the recruiting level yet as Ohio State. So Ohio State potentially plays nobody but themselves if they mess up. The only teams that they can say they arguably play year in and year out, but they have to wait till they get to the Big Ten championship, is Wisconsin. Wisconsin doesn't have the talent to match up with Ohio State. So you're not really playing your talent. That's why when they get to the playoffs, Ohio State sees something different. And if you have noticed, Ohio State starts playing different because they haven't played that type of talent. Like Alabama, Clemson, LSU, LSU, things of that nature, like years ago when they played LSU. They hadn't played anybody of that nature, so that's why when they played LSU years and years ago for the national title, they got blew out. They don't play those guys year in and year out. They don't play that type of talent. Like I say, once again, not trying to take anything away from Ohio State, because Ohio State is still a blue blood at the end of the day. That's no doubt about it. They're a blue blood program at the end of the day, and you can't take anything away from Ohio State nor Ryan Day. Ryan Day is doing his thing. Now, does Ohio State have problems defensively? Yes. But we're not going to get into that. But what I'm saying is Texas A&M has to lock down the in-state recruiting that's out there and stop letting other programs come in and take those guys. Although, man, they can only control what they control. So at the end of, if that kid wants to go out of state, that kid is going to do what he's vowing his mind. He's going to go out of state. I mean, it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that, man. And it is what it is. But the only way that these guys will continue to commit to Texas and Texas A&M is if they are consistent winning programs. And that's the formula that's missing in the state of Texas alone, man. These programs aren't consistent winners yet. Texas A&M is vowing their case and putting their argument out there to say, hey, we're getting closer. Just work with us. Jimbo Fisher is fixing the culture there. So, but anywho, let's get off of that. That's a long, lengthy subject, but I'm just telling you how I felt about that and just giving out some factual information about the recruiting process of Texas A&M and the state of Texas alone. So, anywho, man, let's go ahead and get on into it. We're not going to waste any time here. So let's get on into it. So let's talk about this matchup between Texas A&M and LSU. So, like I said, once again, the college football playoff rankings came out yesterday. The number 1 team was Alabama. The number 2 team was Notre Dame. The number 3 team was Clemson. The number 4 team was Ohio State. Now, getting outside of the top 4, Texas A&M fell in at number 5, and Florida, the Florida Gators people, fell in at number 6. Okay, Georgia was in the top 10. Believe it or not, they are ranked number 9 at the moment. Auburn is number 22. That is all of the SEC teams at the moment. I don't have no clue why Georgia is ranked number 9, but hey, I have nothing to do with that. All right, it's talent on that team, and we know that. All right, just like the team that I'm about to mention. It is talent on this LSU roster. We would not overlook that. It is talent on this LSU roster. Once again, these guys are still the defending national champs. Okay? The record is 3-3. It hadn't looked good this year at all. We know that. So, let's get into it. So, I will bring the offense versus the defense. A&M has a number 35 offense. Of course, we took 21 days off, due to COVID-19 implications and stuff like that. So that we're ranked at number 35. That's fine with me. 35th ranked offense versus the number 112th ranked defense for the LSU Tigers. That's the worst I've ever seen that defense in all of my years of living. And I'm 31 years old. I've never seen the LSU defense look that god-awful. They wasn't that god-awful before Nick Saban had took the damn job, I don't believe. But that's my first time ever seeing LSU ranked that awful on defense, man. It's still a toss-up between those guys and Ohio State with DBU, defensive back university. Of course, we will not take anything away from that. But as of right now, that defensive back university is getting shredded. Of course, coming into this game, LSU knows that. And at the same time, A&M knows that LSU is coming for a fight. So it's up to A&M to cease the fight before the fight even happens. It's up to A&M to kill it before the fight even happens. It's up to them to just annihilate it. Put it down. Boom. It in the fight. It in the contest. So anyways, let's get into this. My score prediction. I know I went on a rant about the 63-0 revenge factor and the score that I want to see. I'm not saying that it'll be 63-0, but if LSU comes out there and doesn't show a decent performance, that score will end up being either 49-0, 42-0, or 63-0. I'm just saying that's just the God honest truth, and that's just pure facts, man. Those are pure facts. Okay. So anywho, let's go ahead and run down the list here. First down offense, A&M is 48, and this is the country, people. A&M is 48th in the country with 142. All right, with 142 first downs made. LSU first down defense is 55th with 106 given. Third down offense, A&M is second in the country with a .620 percentage overall. LSU third down defense is 104th with a .470 percentage overall. That's the worst I've ever seen the LSU third down defense. I just want to put that out there. I just want to say that. Fourth down percentage, A&M is 114th with 2 out of 6 for .333%. LSU fourth down defense is 22nd in the country with 2 out of 5 given up with a .400% overall average. That's pretty good. So our thing is we can't get into fourth downs. Our third down calling card, I like I told you guys on podcast before, I don't know if we just run a third down offense and say the hell with first down offenses or what, but we are second in the country. I don't remember the last time I've ever seen A&M be second in the country on third downs. Never. I haven't seen it. I want you guys to come and tell me about it. Anywho, let's keep going. Passing offense, A&M is 43rd with 254.5 yards a game. LSU passing defense, and this is going to trip you out here, is 123rd in the country with 335.2 yards a game. Good God Almighty. I'm going to have to really check some stats and see when has LSU ever been 123rd in the country on passing defense. Because that's always been LSU's calling card, is a passing defense. They've always been ranked in the top 30s. I have no clue what Bo Pelini is doing over there, like I've told you guys once before, and like others have also told you guys. Bo Pelini needs to go. And I heard it on yesterday that I heard it on one of the podcasts I was listening to where they were saying, well, LSU defense is getting better. Man, no, they're not. No, they're not. Come on, man. Quit that nonsense. No, they're not. No, they're not. Stop. Texas A&M completion percentage is 43rd with .636% overall. Texas A&M passing efficiency is 22nd with 159.2. LSU passing defense efficiency is 116th with 168.44 overall. I would tell you guys like this, and I saw something yesterday on Facebook, because Texas A&M has their page on Facebook and things like that. They had the post where, it was, hey, came in 5th in the country, with the rankings and everything. And I saw one of the comments, and I'm because I'm a nosy guy like that. Have you ever had one of those neighbors that stay right next door to you, and every time you look up when something is going on, they're like the first ones out there? Well, that's me in the comment section on every post that I click on. I always go to the comments, always. And some of those comments make me laugh. But anywho, I went on the comments, and one of the guys commented, thank goodness that we were off for 2 weeks, because if Kellen Mond would have still been playing, this team would have been ranked at number 25 already. What? Sometimes you just have to. Sometimes, you just have to shake your head on some things and be like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, Kellen Mond is the reason why we're at number 5. And of course, the offensive line. And of course, Isaiah Spiller. Like, Understand this. Ever since we've lost that Alabama game, this has been a brand new Texas A&M team. Ever since we won the Florida game, this has been a brand new Texas A&M offense. Anyway, but that is the only person that I've seen in the last 2 months per se, or a month and a half, that has had something to say about Kellen Mond. Other than that, nobody else has said anything. Everybody else has been like, man, I can't believe, like, okay, this was the Kellen that we all want to see. Now, is Kellen Mond coming back next year? No, people. No. Kellen Mond is not coming back next year. And if he comes back next year, will he be the starter? Yes. Of course, yes, because of the experience-wise. But is he coming back? No. Hell no. Because it ain't no reason. There ain't no reason for him to come back. None at all. None. We have Haynes King. And in my mind, Haynes King will start next year. All right? But anywho, let's keep moving along. Sacks allowed. Texas A&M is 3rd. Unbelievably so, we're now 3rd with only 2 given up on the season, only 2 sacks. You can bet your ass that LSU has looked at that as well as other opponents that we are going to face down the stretch. And everybody is trying to figure out how in the hell did they only give up 2 sacks against Vanderbilt? No. Those sacks didn't come against Alabama. Those sacks didn't come against Florida, nor any other team for that matter. It came against Vanderbilt, people. Vanderbilt. And that was the first game of the season. It came against Vanderbilt. So you can bet your ass that LSU is scratching their head trying to figure out how they're going to get through the offense. How they're going to get through the offensive line too, in which we call them maroon goons. They're trying to figure out and trying to put a scheme together to say, okay, well, we're going to bring somebody through that line. But I can bet your ass on this. Those maroon goons, as well as Isaiah Spiller and others in the backfield surrounding Kellen Mond, they're looking for that. They know that you guys are coming. That's why those guys are playing so hard, because they want to feed off of that energy of knowing that somebody is going to try to make a sack this game, but we're not having it. We're just not having it. We're not having it. So think about, if we didn't give up those 2 sacks, we would have been the only team in the entire country to play this many games without giving up a sack. And in my mind, that is stellar, because I have not seen a team yet in my age, in my time of watching college football or football for that matter, to not give up any sacks, man. Any freaking sacks. None. So, hey, Maroon Goons, keep doing your thing, because people are looking, people are watching, people are scheming, and they want to come. Even Ed Orgeron said it himself. He said, man, and he was talking about Keon Green. You know, he knows that guy's still, and he knows that offensive line is going to be a test for their defense. And which leads me to this. LSU team sacks, they're ranked 33rd with only 5. Can you believe that? A LSU defense that has only gotten 5 sacks on the season? So like I said, once again, LSU is going to be looking for a fight. It is up to Texas A&M to put down the fight and put down a dog early and say, no. We're on our way to something. We're building towards something, and you guys are in the way. We're going to push you over, and we're going to keep on moving along about our business. All right? Anywho, let's keep going. Rushing offense. A&M is 44th with 189.2 yards a game. And this all comes with Isaiah Spiller rushing, Anaya Smith rushing, Devin Achane rushing, and also Kellen Mond with a couple of zone reads. LSU rushing defense is 44th. So we're going up a test against both. This is going to be a battle here. But LSU rushing defense is 44th with 143.4 yards given up a game. Like I say, once again, man, this LSU defense is a historical bad defense overall. It's bad. That is a historical bad defense overall. Period. I believe in LSU history. That is a historical bad defense. But what A&M has to do is keep their foot on the neck, and we have to take over. And we're going to show them how bad they are. That's just basically what we have to do. We have to show them how bad they are. We have to show them how bad they are on defense, and we have to show them how good we are on offense. So that will be the ultimate test. Tackles for loss allowed, A&M is 6th in the country. This is why Isaiah Spiller is able to muster the yards that he has each and every game, man, because tackles for loss allowed, they're ranked 6th nationally. 6. LSU team tackles for loss is ranked 35th. So I'm going to tell you like this. I expect Isaiah Spiller to have either close to 100 yards rushing or well over 100 yards rushing, with at least 1 or 2 touchdowns. 1 or 2 touchdowns. Mark my words on that. Seriously. Red zone offense. A&M has gotten better. We have gotten better, people. The 37th with 23 scores made. All right, red zone defense, LSU is 23rd with only 14 scores given up. That's pretty damn good. So that's going to be a test to that Texas A&M offense to see how good they really are when we get up to the red zone. Scoring offense, A&M is 37th with 33 points per game. Scoring defense, LSU, once again, is historically bad. With it, they're ranked 84th with 33 points per game given up. That is a god. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Turnovers lost, A&M is 59th with 7 on the season. Turnovers gained, LSU is 41st with 11 on the season. Okay? Time of possession, A&M is 18th in the country. Believe it or not. And it was crazy because I was watching the Nick Saban press conference on yesterday. And it was after the Kentucky game and whatnot. And he was talking about the time of possession. Because a reporter had asked him, okay, well, hey, Nick, how do you guys feel about not having that much time of possession on your hands? And he said something crazy, but you can just tell that Nick Saban ain't doing nothing but just evolving with the game. But he was saying that time possession, I don't remember a time that anybody, got anything off of time of possession. I don't remember a time when time of possession, gave you points. Hell, if you're not scoring any points on time of possession, what does that matter? What does that matter? Things of that nature. So that's crazy to hear Nick Saban, not all people, say that, because at one point, man, Nick Saban was the time of possession king in all of college football. But like I say, that was back in a later day and age. Nick Saban has evolved, and that's why he will continue to be one of the best college football coaches of all time. So, but anywho, I just wanted to give you guys, a rundown on that and things like that. Please, man, leave you guys score predictions now. Hell, because we're getting close. Hell, it's the day before Thanksgiving. We're getting closer and closer. Leave your score predictions. My score prediction, and I'm going to put this out there now, I believe Texas A&M will leave Kyle Field with a 49-3 victory. I'm going to say that once again. I believe Texas A&M will leave Kyle Field with a 49-3 victory. Or if LSU comes in there and we shut them down early and continue to shut them down, it will be a 55 or a 53-0 victory. I have no doubt about that. I'm solidly confident in that. I'm confident in that. And that is a bold prediction. That is a bold prediction. But you guys have to understand, man, this LSU team, this A&M team, they're out for revenge. And especially against A&M because, like I told you on the first one, we've been had this game circled. And it ain't going anywhere. Also, to a guy that had left a comment, and I believe that YouTube took it down because it was disrespectful, or he either took it down and removed it or whatever. But he had left a comment. He was like, man, you sound just like the rest of them. He like, man, I was trying to be nice and give you some views, but man, you sound just like the rest of them. Man, shut the fuck up. STFU. He said, shut the fuck up. And just let Texas A&M win. I have no clue why he put that out. I didn't say anything disrespectful about the Aggie football team on that last podcast. So I had no clue where he's coming from. But before I can kind of go in there and comment and say anything, the post was already removed. So I just want to tell you guys that are coming in the comment section with those type of comments. I'm assuming that your post will be removed automatically by YouTube because of their guidelines and standards. But I just want you guys to know this. Man, I'm not going anywhere. And I'm not going to shut the fuck up. I'm going to continue to bring this podcast out each and every day, man. I'm going to continue to be here. Because once again, this is the Homemade Podcast Sports, people. I'm not going anywhere. Why? Huh? I'm not going anywhere. I'm not. Like, Stop it. I'm not going anywhere, man. And that probably LSU or a Longhorn fan trolling or something. I don't know. Or maybe an Alabama fan. I have no clue. But I'm not going anywhere. Stop it. Man, this podcast is here to stay. Okay? So please remember that. This podcast is here to stay. Once again, I thank you guys for tuning in to this podcast. And I really thank you. But that is all I have on today. On tomorrow, I will come with the defense versus the LSU offense. We break some things down there. Once again, it's the Homemade Podcast Sports. Also, guys, before I leave, did you guys see the SEC story on yesterday about the 12th man? Man, that inspired me. And I hope that inspired a lot of the Texas A&M commits and a lot of guys that are wanting to commit to Texas A&M. That was a fascinating story, man. And that was a story in which I did not know. I will honestly say that I did not know that about the 12th man. Wow. So Jackie Sherrill, kudos out to you, man. I love what you did there. I love how you took it, and I love how you ran with it. Also, did you guys see R.C. Slocum? Wow, R.C. Hey, man, shout out to you, man, for bringing this program a long way like that, man. So R.C. Slocum actually changed it up as well, and he made the 12th man even better. But for the 12th man to not give up any points on a kickoff return for 7 straight years, wow, that's unbelievable. That is unheard of in college football, people. That is unheard of. That's unheard of, man. So congrats to those guys for coming out with that story, and congrats to those guys for setting the record straight and letting everybody around the college football world, and especially the SEC, see how the 12th man got developed. I love it. I would not trade this team for the world. Okay? But once again, it's the Homemade Podcast Sports with host J Pops. Guys, please hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. And once again, man, you guys come on back. The show is sponsored by Dopeness Styles and King Beard Grooming Company. I love you guys. I love you. And I will see you guys on tomorrow. #GigaMags. And thank you guys for tuning in to the #Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page and also follow me on Twitter @JPops, on Instagram @JPops, and also on Facebook at #Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. #GigaMags.